on time. I'm sure that's the hot thing on everyone's lips on, are we going to make it in time, things like that. Village, just basically a museum with a pulse, and enjoying that and seeing how the medieval times were played out by these folks in character. Folks, this one has also a nice short duration of 3 hours with an activity level of moderate. So you'll begin this excursion, folks, with a 30-minute drive from the ship to Morse Pulpit Rock. Most definitely the biggest highlight for me, I think, in Haugesund. Jotunheimen National Park. The very popular thing here in Norway are the stave churches. As you can see, we have the Lom and the Ørnes. And then we have the Munter House, the Asserfossen waterfall, the view of what Skålen has to offer. Most definitely the best of Skålen. It's in the name, folks, so it's something that will give you a broad overview of what this beautiful part of Norway has to offer. It has the duration is 3 hours with an easy activity level, folks. This one basically will just take you through the Horengane mountain range and the Sogenfell mountain. It's mainly a panoramic scenic excursion, folks, so most of the time will be spent on the motor coach, but just the scenery outside is really breathtaking. And you'll also see this beautiful landscape. We have the Morkid Valley bike and hike with a duration of 3 hours and 45 minutes, and of course the activity level is strenuous. The reason why, folks, there's an 8.6 mile cycle, and these are just some of the points of interest: the Justin Dalsbreen National Park, the Nordfjord, which are the fjords, the Briksdal Glacier, very beautiful. I'll point one of those out in my talk. Lyon, Kendalen Glacier, Lake Lovatten, and Olden Lake as well. The Luan Skylift and Strin, I should say. Tour duration of 4 hours with an activity level of moderate. The only reason why is because of the walking portion that you can do once you arrive at the top with the cable car. It's about a 1 hour drive though to Strin, folks, with a photo stop at the beautiful, majestic Strin Lake. And then, as I said, once you get to the base, it's a even the cable car ride up, very scenic, and you can capture that beautiful surrounding before easy Nordfjord, which has a duration of 4.5 hours, folks, and then of course a activity level of easy. With this one, you'll have many photo stops, folks, included in this beautiful tour. Minute round trip hikes. That's the main highlight of this particular excursion. So you'll see the Melkefall Glacier and the face of the Briksdal Glacier. And behind that last for the shuttle back, which is 4 p.m. And taxis and shuttles are available at the port area. Some of the points of interest, folks: the Scalloway Castle, the Jarlshof Ruins, Fort Charlotte, Mosebrock, the wonderful, intriguing, cute little Shetland ponies, and the Noss Island Nature Reserve. Okay, so the first one that I'd like to touch on is the Scalloway and Shetland ponies. This one only has a duration of 2.5 hours with a activity level of moderate. You'll notice that the tour durations in Shetland aren't too long because it's a beautiful small little island that forms part of the group of islands. And if you feel like just taking the bus ride, as I mentioned, the scenic Western Drive, which only has a tour duration of 3 hours and activity level of easy. You'll view the remains of the Scalloway castle and a photo shop outside of the castle before enjoying an inside visit of the Shetland Jewelry Workshop as well. And then you'll have some free time there to do a little bit of shopping before you make your way back to the ship. Once again, we will be at Anchorage with the last shuttle back at 5 p.m. folks, because the order board time is 5:30. Okay, so please keep that in mind. and we're set to drop anchor at 9 a.m. Now the thing about all the anchorage ports, with our first stop, as I mentioned, in Reykjavik. So these are definitely the points of interest. Most definitely the Blue Lagoon, which is on everyone's lips, the Thingvellir National Park, the Golfus Waterfall, which is also a very beautiful highlight, the Strakur, the Kreisuvik Solfataras, okay, which is obviously the sulfur holes and the hot springs, the Pearl, and the Erabaki Fishing Village. Please don't judge me, folks, okay? It gets harder now. Okay, so one feast as well. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So, this one has a tour duration of 4.5 hours, folks, with an activity level of moderate. Lunar Landscapes and the Viking World Museum, which is very historical. With a tour duration of 4 hours and the activity level of moderate. You'll visit the hot springs and the boiling pools of the Valan Ukamol, okay, and Gunhover, okay. Spots available for the bathing in the Blue Lagoon with a tour duration of 3.5 hours, and of course a relaxing activity level of easy, okay? Just don't fall asleep, folks. We want you to come back and not miss your bus. But as you can see, folks, how inviting it is. The picture tells 1,000 words. It is what it is. I mean, I've never been there before, but I'm itching to go, but it's sold. Everything is almost sold out, so no chance for me. But please, if you can get your hands on those valuable tickets, at Scar Bucky 312. Okay? We are set to arrive at 12 midday, folks. Okay, 12 midday with an all aboard time of 9:30 p.m. please. Now, bring the Fordur. These are the points of interest, folks. The Jupalan Sandur. I'm not going to explain that what that is. Okay, the Arnastapi Helgaffel, the Barnharfen Shark Farm, the Stickies Hallmore, the Berserk Kurgata, and the Schneifel Skolen. There we go. This one has a tour duration of 7.5 hours, folks, with an activity level of moderate. As you can see, it's a nice, beautiful tour, but also the duration is long to cover all what the area has to offer. We have the photo stops at Halnar. Then you'll enjoy a beautiful walking portion there as well. Then you'll enjoy a traditional lunch as well, folks, before making your way to Mount Helgafell, and enjoy a walking portion there as well before making your final stop back to the ship at Stickers Hallmore. The Jupalan Sandur and the Anarstapi, which has a tour duration of 4.5 hours, folks, with an activity level of moderate. Now, Hafen Shark Farm and Helgafell. This one has a tour duration of 3.5 hours, folks, with an activity level of moderate. Part of this tour, folks, you'll enjoy their popular schnapps tasting at the museum. You'll enjoy a guided walk at Mount Helgafell, then drive through Stakers Hallmur and have a photo stop there as well. As you can see, folks, the schnapps is called Black Death. So we can at Anchorage, folks, and the final shuttle back will be at 5 p.m. with a drop of anchor at 8, set to be at 8 a.m. And there are taxis and shuttles available at the port area as well. Oh no, second last one. We've got the Isafjordur. This is the Bollengarvik Church, the Vigor Island, Osfor Museum, and Maritime Museum. And then you've got the Esteri, Skrudur, Flattery Village, and the Dinyandi Waterfalls. So Westfjords, the Danjanga Waterfalls and Villages. This one has a tour duration of 5 hours, and it's a moderate activity level, folks. This is also just the best way to soak up what this port has to offer as well, with beautiful scenery, many photo stops as well along the way, and some time to walk around and just really see these untouched little towns and meet the locals if there's times permitting as well. 3 beautiful little locations to visit on this 3-hour tour with an activity level of moderate. As you can see there, that's the church pictured over there, and the Ossavar Museum, and this beautiful setting over there as well. Just something to take out. As you can see, look at the layout, just surrounded by beautiful, serene nature. A wildlife cruise, we've got the whale watching and wildlife cruise. This has a tour duration of 3 hours with an activity level of moderate. Now folks, with most whale, if you've already booked it or seen to book it, or interested in booking it, let me say that, most whale watching tours aren't guaranteed. So nature tours aren't guaranteed, but hopefully on this day we'll be lucky and get to see these beautiful creatures of the ocean. For Dur, we've docked at Sundarbaki 2 with an arrival time of 7 a.m. and an all aboard time of 5:30, and taxis are available at the port area. Points of interest, folks: the Godofus waterfall, the botanical gardens, then Namaskar Pass, Lake Miverton, History Island, and Dimaborgi Lava Labyrinth. The place has to offer. We do offer the best of Akureyri with a tour duration of 8 hours and activity level of moderate. Folks will be making various photo stops around with this, just the layout of this area, these beautiful mountains areas and the beautiful water features as well. And it's really something to see if you see yourself doing an 8-hour. This is fall and mountain views by 4x4. This one. Okay. Okay. And we are set to arrive at 7 a.m. folks, with an all aboard time at 4:30. Okay. Wow, I'm glad this presentation's over. Okay, because next one's Southampton, so that's easy for me, with an all aboard time, folks, of 4:30 p.m. Calls in Norway and Iceland. We'll have 3 days where you can relax, get your bags packed before we make our way to Southampton. Now, for those of you that are maybe staying in transit, we do offer a couple of in-transit tours. For those of you that are embarking, we offer 1 or 2 as well. But these are some of the points of interest. If you've never been to London before, we've got Buckingham Palace, Big Ben Parliament buildings, Westminster Abbey, of course, most definitely the most iconic place for London, in my opinion, prehistoric monument of Stonehenge. And here you'll spend about 2 hours, folks, to explore this beautiful setting. Please just keep in mind, folks, for those of you that have already booked it or are interested in booking to go to Stonehenge, just download the Stonehenge app, because you can make your way to Stonehenge exactly the same as I said earlier. It's about an hour and a half drive to get there. You'll spend 2 hours there, and once again, please download the app as well, because that will be your audio guide, and then we will drop you off at your various terminals and you before making your way home. 5 hours 45-minute excursion with a moderate activity level, because of the amount of walking that you'll be doing in the castle area as well, where you'll make 1.5 hours a drive to get to Windsor, and you'll spend about 2 hours guided walk in the castle before getting 1 hour's free time for shopping or just walking around in the docking at the Mayflower Cruise Terminal. Now all the excursions folks will meet right here. You can book it from the comfort of your stateroom. You can lay in bed, book from your television, on the Princess app, at the portals you see all around the ship. Or if you haven't been to our desk, folks, we are situated on deck 6. Folks, you've been a wonderful crowd. Thank you for coming, and enjoy your time supporting that. Thank you very, very much. You guys are wonderful.